Hey, good morning everyone. I thought I'd talk a little bit about Article 4 today because we've just had something happen to one of our clients that we didn't expect. We put in a Certificate of Lawful Use application for a 6-bed HMO. We've overseen that property for 9.5 years. Prior to that, it was under refurbishment for 6 months. We provided them with 9.5 years worth of HMO history, and the local planners have come back and refused that application without engaging with us in any form of discussion. Now, the statutory time frame for them to get back to you once you make an application is 8 weeks, and they took 8 weeks to get back to us just to refuse the application without any form of communication or query as to why you've only provided 9.5 years and not 10 years. Now, you need to provide 10 years worth of existing use, back-to-back continuous existing use, in order to successfully apply for a Certificate of Lawful Use. In this case, we wanted to sell the property, or the owners wanted to sell the property, and this was part of a chain. So there's about two or three other sales that are dependent on us getting this certificate, which therefore can be used to obtain a mortgage on the buyer, because any lender now, if you're trying to sell an HMO without a Certificate of Lawful Use in an Article 4 area, good luck, because it has become a prerequisite in the past few years, even though it really kind of always should have been. Many lenders either were ignorant to the fact or just, were happy with evidence that it had been used as an HMO, i.e. signed tenancy agreements. But this is the first time I've ever had one refused. I must have done 25 of these applications to the local authority, stuff that I own, stuff that we own, as well as stuff for my investors and landlords. But on this particular case, it's taken them 8 weeks to turn around and say no without engaging in any form of communication. So what I would recommend is that if you are looking to get a Certificate of Lawful Use, make sure that you have comprehensive documents for 10 years. Now, obviously, as I said, I gave 9.5 years worth of tenancy history. The 6 months prior to that, the property was empty. It was undergoing a renovation, so there was no documents that could have been provided there. Usually when that has happened, the case officer in charge of the application will reach out and request, look, why is there a gap here? What happened? If you tell them that it was because it was getting renovated, they will sometimes ask for you to prove that. So you could provide them with before and after project photographs, for example, floor plans if you've been reconfiguring it or some major work has happened, or alternatively invoices. If you've been putting in new kitchens, new bathrooms, if you've been paying a builder for certain extension works, roofing works, if you can provide those invoices, it all adds weight to the balance of probabilities. And that's what Certificate of Lawful Uses are supposed to be, right? A balance of probability. Over the past 10 years, this use has been maintained. In our case, HMO use. So I was really surprised and shocked. It's cost £700 to submit an application. We've now got to resubmit, because once that decision is made, it's final. There's nothing you can do. I mean, you can appeal it, but if time is of the essence, which it is for us, because other sales are depending on it, then you are stuffed, basically, because the average time frame for a planning appeal at the moment is round about 26-27 weeks. Now that doesn't help us when we're trying to get stuff through. So yeah, make sure that before you submit everything, don't work on the basis that the officer is going to reach out to you, I think would be the takeaway of this. It's been an expensive lesson for me. But yeah, I hope this video helps anyone that is currently about to or thinking about putting in a lawful use application for their HMO, or anything else for that matter.